Saw that man Zac Efron in that black ass shirt, them tight ass jeans. Listen, God, I realize that these feelings, they're unholy, but I'm gonna need a piece of that. Hey yo, I'm light. Before we get into this video, I just have to apologize. About 3 to 4 months ago, I uploaded a video, and the video's title was Thank You and Goodbye. It was an announcement video that I was going to stop making certain type of content, this type of content, and post videos that you guys have been seeing me post for the past 3 to 4 months. And it was a decision that was made out of anger, confusion, and a myriad of emotions. And I realized that the videos that I was posting, I will still continue to post videos like that, but they just won't be as frequently as you've seen these past few months. Ultimately, the channel became something that I didn't want. It became the complete antithesis of why I originally posted the videos that I did on this channel, and I made a mistake. I've realized it, and I want to get back to doing what I enjoyed, and that is this. So, I guess this is a reintroduction. I said goodbye a few months ago, but hello. It's me again. But before we get into today's topic, I want to highlight, this is the first time I'm playing The Sims 4, by the way. And since this is the first sim that I'm making, I didn't do anything special, but I'm using a few reference points. And usually when I create a character, I go to my Pinterest and I find a few pins of outfits that I like. And for this video, I actually picked out a lot. I think I found about like 10 photos or so, but ultimately the thing about video games, you never really know what type of clothing options they have. So I had like 10 photos of references, but ultimately I only ended up using 2, and I'll whack that on camera right now for you. You can kind of see a very similar vibe, but also what we're doing for the face. We're going to use a not photoshopped image of myself whatsoever and try and make our character as, accurate to this photo as possible. So yeah, with the preliminaries out of the way, let's talk. So for the past couple months, I've done a lot of thinking to myself. I mean, well, actually, that is who do you think to when you that phrase doesn't really make sense. I've been doing a lot of thinking to myself. No shit, bitch. You can't think to other people, can you? Well, actually, yeah. It's just a phrase. I'm sorry for yelling at you. But I've been doing a lot of thinking, and one thing that I realized that I struggle with, and that also goes into one of the many reasons as to why I switched up the type of content that I made on this channel. And it's that I care a lot about how people perceive me. I've always had issues with being with just being the person that you see on camera right now. Because I always wonder, is what I'm saying boring the person that's listening to me? Am I not interesting enough would they rather me be goofy, wacky, out of pocket Justice, and when I'm doing this, when I'm just calm, when I'm just chill, is this not enough for people? I feel like that is a bit of a response to my childhood, in a sense, and I've talked y'all's ear off about this portion of my life, but this will be hopefully the final and last time, at least in depth, that I'll go into it, because I feel like it's needed for this video. I've realized that shame and insecurity, mine, I should say, obviously everybody else is different. People are different. Not everybody goes through the same experiences. But my insecurities and my shame stems from my upbringing and baggage that other people have put onto me. I'd say my biggest insecurity has to be so I've talked y'all's heads off about growing up with the group of men that I did, them talking about murdering their sons, their daughters, their hatred for people like me, and how they tried to instill hatred in me for other human beings, for women, for gay people, for myself. And I realized that's become such a huge portion of shame for me. Like, I look at the things that I said, the things that I did when I was younger, and it's like it comes from shame of shame of being this young boy who just wishes to be himself, but is just told that that's not okay. You know, I had a lot of time to think about this video, and I had a lot of talking points, and I'm just realizing that I'm just coming up at blanks. I don't know how I want to approach this. I think I should start by, I never exactly explained how a group of people can have such hatred for human beings, because I never wanted to contribute to the spread of hatred that human beings have for each other. And I feel as though if I ever said the source of the hatred these men have, that it would cause that further cycle of hatred. But I feel like it's kind of needed now. And the reason is religion. And before we get into this, religion is not bad. Religion is not evil. Evil has no faith, it has no sex, it has no gender, it has no age, it has no race, it has no country, it has no origin. Evil has its hands in every single facet of life, and human beings will latch onto it and try and instill their evil in any way possible, and these men just so happen to use their religion to spread their evil. I just have to say that because I know some people will hear this and go, oh, it's religion again. It's all like, there are plenty of people in this world who will say and do even worse things than what these men have done and aren't religious in any way possible. Speaking of which, shout out to, I don't even know why I said that. I'm gonna have to bleep out his name, but screw it. But the moment I realized that I was just wrong was, there was this quote, and I'm gonna butcher it because I don't even remember where I heard it from, but it was something along the lines of, "You are the villain to somebody else's story." And I realized that these men go around talking about murdering their children, talking about killing gay people, my people, their disdain for women, and all this other just absolute nonsense. And you wonder, how can somebody think those things? How can somebody say those things? Because these men aren't delusional. These men aren't you hear this and you think, oh, these must be trailer trash type of human beings. These sound like the bums on GTA, the crackheads on GTA. No, these are very affluent, and these men are fathers. These men have sons, they have daughters, they have wives, surprisingly. I don't want to get too into detail, but they're in very up there places in society. That's what I'll say. And the reason they can feel that way, the reason they believe that, again, not on religion, they just so happen to be terrible people and they just so happen to be religious. is because they believe that that is what is told to them in their holy book. And me being who I am is I'm the enemy in their eyes. I hear what they say about me, about my people, about other people such as women, and just I find it to be evil. I find it to be abhorrent. But in their eyes, they're just preaching the word of what the big bearded white man in the sky says. Listen. I said no disrespect towards a religion. I will still uphold that, but nigga, I'ma still get these jokes off. I'm like, so my moral compass, each and every day I wake up, and it's as long as I'm not hurting if I'm not hurting anybody, I am good. If I'm hurting somebody, I am in the wrong. Their moral compass is don't do what big red horny man in ground who's in Fire Hotel does, but only do what big bearded white man in the sky tells me to do, because that's the holy news. And we're just at two different, we're in the same world, we're in the same plane, but the way we view things are just completely in two separate dimensions, if you understand what I'm saying. The moment I realized this was they asked me to, well, I had to visit them, and I wasn't alone, and they wanted to show me a video on their TV. And so I'm looking at this video, and it's a recording of their house. And it's like 2 a.m. in the morning. So it's rather dark out, and their camera has a light on it. So obviously bugs and animals and such are going to be attracted to the light. And I'm seeing these bugs fly around their camera. And they're looking at me. Wide-eyed, they're staring at me. I'm still looking at these bugs, and I'm going, what are you showing me? And they say, you don't see that? I'm sorry, I don't see what? The demons. Bitch! I'm like, I laughed in their faces for a good 5 to 10 minutes. I'm not even joking. I laughed for at least 5 minutes is probably on the low scale. I was fucking hollering. They went on, they talked about their house was cursed, witchcraft, demons, fucking having meetings with Satan. I was all like, there is no way these are the group of people I let infect my life to make me hate myself, to hate people like me. I genuinely became embarrassed just thinking about it, because I haven't even said the full story, and I really don't want to. It's really nobody's business except my own. I will have to work for the rest of my damn life to get rid of the scars that these men have given me. I accept myself for who I am, but that doesn't mean I like myself still. I still have their teaching somewhere within me. I know that for damn sure. If you had asked me, I said in that video beforehand, the thank you and goodbye video, whenever I think of them, I feel disgusted. And if you had asked me a few days ago before I visited them how I felt, I would have told you the happiest day of my life would have been the day that I got a call from people within their circle, and they would have told me, did you hear? All of them passed away. I would have told you a few days ago that would have been the happiest day of my life. And I'm coming here and I'm telling you that I have no hatred for them whatsoever. I forgive them. I know that sounds absolutely blasphemous. Aren't these the same men who if they knew who you were, they'd want you dead? Aren't these the same men who threaten people like you, who threatened? Yes. I know it sounds crazy, but I can't hold hatred for somebody who does not. I can't even put it into words. I just can't hold hatred for somebody who lives in a different, who sees the world different than me. I just can't call them evil, you know? In my eyes, they are. But in their eyes, they're reiterating their holy script. And who am I to say that is inherently bad? I know it sounds crazy. I had so many other things that I wanted to say to really articulate my thinking and why I came to this conclusion much better, but you know, it's really just my business. I forgive them. I do. So I kind of preface that story to really show where a bit of my shame and insecurity stems from, and how I feel as though that mindset has kind of followed me through life into decisions that I still make to this very day. And it's this insecurity of not being able to please everybody, not being able to be the ideal image of how people perceive me. I remember there was a very distinctive moment in my childhood. I might have been only 7 or 8 years old. I can tell you who my first couple of celebrity crushes were growing up. And it was, first of all, it was High School Musical 1. It was Gabriella. Then High School Musical 2 came around. And I'm gonna be honest. When I saw my man Troy Bolton frolicking in that motherfucking grass, playing that motherfucking golf, that nigga said, what'd he say? He said, everybody's always talking at me. Everybody's trying to get in my hair. I wanna listen to my own heart talking. Need to count on myself instead. Did you ever do something and get what you want? Get on a ride but wanna get off. Push away the ones you should have held close. I don't wanna play this game if I can play it my way. I'm not gonna stop, that is my plan. I give it all I got, that's who I am. No one I wanna lose you. No, you can't bet on it, bet on it, bet on me. You wanna make it right, that is the way to turn my life around. Today is the day. Am I the type of guy who means what I say? Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it. Oh, hold on. Need room to think. Bring it all down. Doom. Gotta work on my swing. Gotta do my own thing. It's no good at all to see yourself and not recognize your face. Out on my own, it's such a scary place. Ooh, the answers are all inside of me. All I gotta do is believe. I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot. That's who I am, that's my plan. We're on time and now you can't bet on it, 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 bet on me. I wanna make it right there. It's the way to turn my life around today. It's the... Can you tell that scene in that movie had a lot of influence on me as a child? Hello, I'm like... Listen. I watched that scene, yeah? I was like 7 or 8, bitch. I saw that man Zac Efron in that black ass shirt, them tight ass jeans. I said, listen, God, I realize that these feelings, they're unholy, but I'm gonna need a piece of that. Hey, yo! I'm like, listen. Gabriella, she was cooling on the first movie, but Troy, that man was doing something to my heart. I'm gonna be honest. But no, truthfully speaking, like, I remember watching that scene, and at the end of it, what I said was, whoa, he's hot. I remember I said either those words exactly or something along those lines. That was like the first time, at least to my knowledge, that I ever had some sort of feeling towards, yeah. And I remember feeling like, looking around, like, did anybody else hear what I just said? Because I was like, oh, yo, this is wrong. Like, I can't be saying stuff like that. Like, absolutely not. That's another dude, bro. Absolutely not. I can't be talking like that. And it was just because I was trying to appease those men who were raising me, bro. And it was like, I've just always had this second nature to please others while never being truthful to myself. That's just followed me all throughout my life, essentially. And I can think of so many interactions that I've had with people that just go against who I am as a person, that go against my morals, but I still want them to like me. You know, it's to the point where if you were in school with me, you could have literally smacked me across the face, taken out a knife and carved out my insides, and I still would have been coming back to you because I would have perceived that you didn't like me, and I would have still wanted to be your friend. It's not to that extreme, but that's how much of, I guess, a people pleaser I am to a certain degree. I'd be willing to dash out my whole entire morals and do away with what makes me me just to make other people happy. By the way, I'm not sniffling because I'm about to cry. Something's in my throat, bitch. And it's not Zac Efron. Hello, I'm like, hey, yo! I gotta stop this, bro. I gotta stop. This is, you know, I wore this choker because I believed that I was going to be actually like hinged and low key in this video. Because last time I recorded a video with the choker on and I was crazy like this, that bitch broke. Bro, I will never forget, mother. I was recording the video. That bitch broke mid-sentence. Bitch, I looked down at that. That was my favorite choker. I had to play it off in the video. I was all like, oh my gosh. I don't even remember. I think I said a joke. Bitch, I was crying behind that joke. I was fighting back tears. That's my favorite choker. If this bitch breaks, I don't even care. It's whatever. So I want to tell you guys a story about my high school experience. And I'll try and make this quick because I do want to kind of wrap this video up. Essentially, my first year in high school, I was a loner. I was by myself. I really had nobody to talk to. And then 10th grade year, I've had this absolute switch. And from 10th grade on, I went from a loner nobody to being in high school terminology of a higher social class and status. Nigga was popular. I'm like, just say what it was, bro. Nigga was popular. And how I achieved that was similar to how the videos that I was talking about in the beginning panned out. I did away with my personality. The reason why those videos, I did not enjoy recording them towards the latter half of me producing them is because there was no heart in it. The videos that I was making were there to appease a portion of people that I feel like only enjoy me when I am rather unhinged, when I am rather loud and bombastic, if you will. And even though I am like that, I mean, you've seen that throughout this video. I'm not like that 24/7 or for like 30 to 40 minutes at a time. But that's how I kind of feel like people like. I feel like when I'm doing this, when I'm being my chill self, that I feel like people don't like me. I feel like whenever I'm like this, people are judgmental of me, and that isn't an overreaction. It's the truth. I've seen that. People have told me time and time again their opinions of me, and I usually only get good reactions when I'm the loud, weird guy. But when I'm this, that's where people take issue with who I am. I just have to come to the realization that I can't please everyone. In the same way that I can't please those men who raised me, because I am that devil that they speak of. I am that spawn of Satan that they're so scared of. I'm that evil that they talk about. I am the literal embodiment of that. I can never please them. The people that I did please in high school with being that loud and rambunctious and funny guy, I couldn't do that forever. I can't do that forever. It is because I was too insecure to really be who I am, to just be me. And I've been listening to some other people talk about their experiences in life and how they had similar outlooks in trying to please everybody, and they realized that when you please everybody, I had this same realization as well. When you please everybody, you become a commodity. You become a commodity with no discernible personality. And without a discernible personality, you have everybody's trust, you have everybody's happiness with you around, but nobody really likes you for you. And I just realized there are so many things about me that I tried to push out, that I tried to hide away so that I could be that thing that everybody liked. And now I'm sat here by myself recording this at 5 a.m. in the morning, 21. I was gonna say with nothing. I'm not lonely or anything like that, but nigga's a little bit dramatic if you can't tell. So I was about to say that shit and be like, you know damn well, nigga, you lying. But none of those people are around no more, and here I am. Yet I could have had a strong circle if I was just truthful to myself of all the things that I was insecure about. And this was gonna be a longer video, and I was gonna divulge into all the things that I was insecure about, but you know what? I don't want to do that, and I'm just going to put it out. F it. That's exactly what I'm going to do. You want to know what I'm insecure about? I'm insecure about the fact that I am 21 and I enjoy Disney films. Films that aren't for me, that are catered towards children. I enjoy Disney films. I am a man, and my favorite genre of music, songs, TV shows, whatever, is romance. I binge watched a bunch of Disney films, Disney princess films a few months ago, and I cried a violent amount of tears while watching them, and I am a man. I could go on forever about things about myself that I'm scared to say or scared to reveal, but ultimately I've realized that other people's shame and insecurities just sound absolutely blasphemous when it's said to other people, to others. Because I'm sure what I've just said, people are listening back and going, you were insecure about that? Who cares? And other people are all like, oh, Nate, you probably shouldn't have said that. But that's truthfully what insecurity is. It sounds ridiculous to somebody else who doesn't have it, but to the person who's saying it, that's some deep shit, you know? Those are stuff that I hid from other people, that I hid from myself even. But if I was just truthful to myself, bitch, I could have had friends that I could talk about watching Disney films with. I don't have none of that today. I could have had friends that enjoy watching romantic films. I don't have none of that today. A core friend base who love Disney films. I don't have none of that. Because I was too scared to be me. And I'm going to put a stop to that. It's going to take a while. It might even take years. But honestly, I feel like I've changed so much in this past year. Not even a year. These past few months. Jesus, it hasn't even been a year, which is crazy when I think about it. I want to put in the work today so that me tomorrow, me next week, me next month, me a year from now, me 5 years, me in the future can just have a happier life. And that starts with this video. It's been Justice. Evelyn. I'm glad to be back. Thanks for watching. Peace.